Again, over and over and over, I see the Grenadian people and the intelligentsia, in particular. Well, but I guess most of the intelligentsia, the socialist Marxist intelligentsia, is actually in support of this administration. So they pretend they don't see what's going on. But the question is, does Grenada have economists? Does Grenada have people who studied business and stuff like that? Well, I know for sure they should have. And I know for sure that there have been people who've been in business for decades, so they would see through, clearly see through this whole thing about the new markets acquired for Grenada's fish. Now, I've said this before, and I've made a couple of videos about this, but you have to understand, okay? Demand and supply fundamentally rules economics. Fundamentally. And again, I'm going to hail Mrs. Ferrara, who taught us principle of business in Happy Secondary School. Okay? And she fundamentally taught us that demand and supply drives everything. Everybody knows that. I think by now everybody knows that. So what happens when you had a balanced economy, right? And all of a sudden, the demand for something drops. And what happens if you have oversupply of that particular something? The prices go down. Simple. The prices go down. So if you are in a rock and a hard place and you cannot get your yellowfin tuna sold, okay, where you are getting premium prices going directly from Grenada to Miami, okay, and all of a sudden now you can't get this sold, this market is closed off to you, guess what? The people who are coming to you now are looking for a bargain, okay? Keep that in mind. So when you see this administration hailing these new acquired markets of China and Canada and Trinidad and Guyana, you think Trinidad, Guyana, Canada, and China are going to pay you the premium prices that were being paid via Miami? Then we must be stupid. Okay? Then you must be trying to insult the intelligence of the Grenadian people. Because the only way Trinidad, Guyana, Canada, and China would offload that fish from you is if they're getting a reduced price. Okay? Buying this wholesale, and then of course, they're going to sell it to the US market. Or someone posted on my good friend Hudson George podcast that the Chinese are going to recan. The Chinese are going to can the tuna and sell it back down to Grenada. So the bottom line is this, that you are not getting premium prices anymore. Okay? So let all the fishermen understand that now they will have to accept lower prices for their catch. I hope they are ready and willing and understand that. You think to offload that fish, you think you're going to get some premium price? You added a middleman, or you added middlemen. Okay? And they all may have their different ways of negotiating with you. But one thing's for sure, you're not getting premium prices because those middlemen have to get their cut. So when you are directly dealing with Miami and then you go now, you play fresh, guess what? You have to go through middlemen now. And these middlemen go take their cut and then give you what they have to give you. And you're not in a position to negotiate. They have leverage. These new middlemen have leverage over you. And especially with these naive politicians that we have, you know that these middlemen are going to drive a hard bargain. So thanks a lot, you brilliant geniuses, for destroying a market where you were getting premium prices and now having to settle for a secondary market where you will be getting lowered prices. Wow, you geniuses. And yeah, you're going to say, oh, well, this happened since in the NNP days, this something started. But guess what? You were in the driver's seat when the ban came into force. When the ban came into effect. So you have got to own this. And for all the shenanigans and disrespect and antagonism that you had with the United States, as I have said, they are going to drag their feet. They're not going to be in any hurry to make this happen. They're not going to be in any hurry, okay, to renegotiate with you. A matter of fact, even if you did all the paperwork and you got things straight, they themselves now would also be looking for a bargain. But this is the consequences of naivety in politics. This is what happens when charlatans run your country.